Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to give it a couple more minutes for some more to hop on here. It's a crowded kitchen today. We all wanted to jump in on Dino. It was really first one to the kitchen gets to eat what Dino cooks today. I was definitely first here. Doug just got here, and Dino clearly just got here. So I get it.
I'm camera shy.
Dino is hiding from the camera. All right, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Brittany. I'm the lifestyle director here at Seven Summits Lodge. Welcome. It is a beautiful Wednesday, most of our Mondays as well, as we are open in the restaurant today. This is Doug. He's been introducing everybody, and that's Dino. Dino is our executive chef, star of the show. Definitely a star of the show. He's very quiet, but he will walk you through beef stroganoff today. So grab your tablet, computer, phone, whatever it may be to watch. We have some really cute recipe cards as well that Amanda Benton has made for everybody. So that is in our broadcast link if you want to go check that out and print those off for our beef stroganoff. So check that out. I'm going to pass the mic to Doug real quick, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in your chat box there. There's a little bit of delay in the broadcast, as we said last week. So hopefully we have some new people joining us today. This is one item on our to-go menu, our limited to-go menu we're serving right now. So take it away, Dino. Beef stroganoff today.
Yeah, so last week we had pot roast as a special all week, and we have a little bit of leftover pot roast here. So we're going to utilize our leftover pot roast and make something different out of it. We're going to do a pasta, stroganoff pasta. So I have our pan on probably about medium heat for a couple of minutes now. I'm going to add our whole butter. I'm going to add the onions. We're going to saute that up a little bit. And add our mushrooms as well. So if you get the smaller mushrooms, you don't have to slice them. We just got the larger mushrooms. I do prefer the smaller button mushrooms, so you can leave them whole. So again, we have our whole butter in there. Oops, our onions and our mushrooms. Gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay. Fresh ground black pepper. So we're just going to saute our onions and mushroom over here. And then our remaining ingredients, we have our Dijon mustard, a little demi-glace, a little beef stock, Worcestershire, Parmesan for garnish, sour cream, and regular cream. And I do have a little bit of red wine as well. I know it's not on the recipe, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of red wine in there. So if you have some red wine handy, a couple ounces would do good. You don't have to have it in there, but it does help a little bit, especially with the browning the veggies and being able to deglaze the bottom of our pan here. All right. Looking pretty good. We're getting a nice caramelization going on here. And then the beef that we use for pot roast, it's just your classic beef chuck roast. You know, at the grocery store, they'll come in the like 3-pound block of meat. It usually takes about 3 hours to cook it. As far as pot roast, maybe we'll do a different class on that next time. But for now, we're just gonna use up the leftovers from our special last week. All right, once we're getting a nice brown there without burning, it's nice to use the whole butter, and then it kind of creates this brown butter flavor. So a little bit different. Okay. So now we will add our red wine. And we're just deglazing the pan, making sure all that stuff on the bottom comes off and goes in our sauce. Now we add our beef stock. Okay. And our demi-glace. All right, so that was our beef stock, cream, and demi-glace. You can buy the demi-glace in probably like Whole Foods or on Amazon. It usually comes like a paste style. All right, so now we have a nice light brown color there. We are gonna add our pot roast. Kind of just use my hands and just shredded it a little bit. We're gonna add our Worcestershire, Dijon mustard, and our sour cream. All right. So very simple here. We're just gonna take our spatula and just kind of mix it around in there. All right, so we have a nice looking rich brown sauce. And again, this serves about 2 to 3. So it really depends on how hungry you are, but definitely 2 people. I'm using pappardelle pasta. You can pretty much use any kind of pasta. Wide egg noodles are usually the most common ones used with stroganoff, wide egg noodles, so those will work as well. And I'm just gonna bring it to a heat, or bring it to a simmer until the sauce is absorbed by our pasta. And also to make sure that the noodles are heated properly. So this time again, I'm going to do a little bit more seasoning. And some fresh ground black pepper. And it's kind of a little bit too low here. We're gonna turn it up there. So if for some reason you do not have leftover pot roast, you can use sliced raw steak, maybe like top sirloin. You can just slice it very thinly. And you would want to add it when you're sauteing the caramelized onions and the mushrooms. That's when you would add the sliced raw sirloin steak, for example, if you do not have pot roast. And pretty much the same procedure, but just wanting to cook the steak a little bit. All right. Now we're just making sure the sauce is properly sticking to the noodles. The temperature is hot enough. And in just a few minutes, I'm using a spatula. I'm just making sure we're getting all of the browning that we did earlier. Making sure that all goes in our sauce. We don't want to leave that in our pan. All right. So this is currently the Stroganoff that is on our limited menu for takeout. So now you know how to make it. So if you've had it before from our menu, this is exactly how we make it. And it's ready. Usually I like to put the noodles in the bottom first. Oh yeah, it looks like it can be enough for 3, but there will be no seconds. And I always want seconds. Okay. We're gonna garnish with Parmesan. All right, there it is. You can see that. Nice little stroganoff. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining us, and see you next Wednesday.